It is now time for the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew numbers 1 and 2 will start in the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order that they drew. This will continue until all 20 superstars have entered the ring. Elimination occurs when you are thrown over the top rope and both feet touch the floor. The last remaining superstar will be declared the winner of the Royal Rumble. Introducing the participants first, representing the N.W.O. from Florida, Macho Man Randy Savage. Introducing the individual who drew number 2, representing the 4 Horsemen from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Mr. Pathetic.
Macho Man Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect, 2 classic superstars, getting the unlucky draw here, drawing 1 and 2 in the 20-man Royal Rumble for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Savage representing the N.W.O. and Mr. Perfect currently representing the 4 Horsemen, 2 groups that rivaled each other tonight in the tag team tournament. Although in different branches of the tournament, the N.W.O. faced the Flock, which they beat by Buff Bagwell pinning Saturn, and then the 4 Horsemen defeated the Outsiders by a roll-up pin, and we get our second entrant in here, which I believe is Eddie Guerrero, as we see Macho Man Randy Savage get tossed over the rope, only lasting 1 minute in the ring, not even seeing the third combatant enter the ring. No Heat. Yes, that is Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat, coming in. Another classic wrestler of the WCW days. Not affiliated with any particular stable, but a great star in his own right. Eddie Guerrero made his start in WCW, whereas Mr. Perfect spent a lot of time in the WWF/WWE before coming over to the WCW. Eddie getting tossed over the top rope by Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect trying to buy as much time to keep him alone in the ring. Although this can backfire if he doesn't actually eliminate him like he just didn't. Constantly being one-on-one situations is not what you want to do. You want to try and have odd numbers of people in the ring so that you can find time to rest while the other 2 men fight it out. Or people pair off. Saturn coming in, just like I said earlier, he was in a match with the Flock earlier tonight in the tag team tournament, in which he was pinned by Buff Bagwell. Mr. Perfect getting put onto the top rope by Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero trying to turn the tides against Mr. Perfect. And actually getting Mr. Perfect eliminated. So far, both the number 1 and the number 2 entrant have already been eliminated before number 5 even comes in. Here comes in number 5. We are a quarter way through the entrance, and it is Diamond Dallas Page. As you can hear by his music, it's me, it's DDP. DDP is another wrestler who has not been affiliated with any particular stable, has been making himself a star without anyone's particular help. No N.W.O, no Horseman, no Flock, just it's me, it's DDP. And there's 3 men in the ring now, all classic WCW stars, all trying to vie for the Heavyweight Championship. Now you want to try and eliminate as many people as possible, even if you tire yourself out. If you do not make it to the end, but you have eliminated several people, you will make a great name for yourself in the championship picture, and will soon get a title shot. As number 6 comes in, X-Pac, who had to qualify to enter the tournament, who was able to qualify by beating Kidman, tackle him through a barricade. Goes straight for Eddie Guerrero, another lightweight. The lightweight match we had earlier tonight between X-Pac and Kidman was a great match. Ended in a count out of Kidman being knocked out on the ground for over a 10 count. He had to receive medical attention after that match. X-Pac is in here now as a result of that match, trying to make himself in the picture for the Heavyweight Championship. I believe we're coming up on our 7th entrant now. And it looks to be Chris Benoit, another member of the Four Horsemen, the second one we've seen so far. The other Horsemen are his tag team partner, Dean Malenko, which together they moved on to the tag team tournament tonight, as well as Lex Luger, another great technical wrestler. Four Horsemen trying to praise technical wrestling as the best sort of wrestling. Master of 1,000 Moves, Dean Malenko. Master of the Crippler Crossface, Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero duking it out. They've been great friends over the years. So far, all of these stars, great WCW stars, classic and WCW stars. X-Pac, although making a name for himself early in the WWF, as we have the 8th entrant, Raven, coming in, perhaps going to try and help Saturn, or perhaps even fight Saturn himself. Raven has had little disregard for his own flock. It's sort of a one-way relationship where the flock help out Raven, but Raven don't really help out the flock so much. Now we have 6 men in the ring. When 6 men are all in the ring at once, we get into a situation where one man has to be eliminated before the timer for the next person comes out. So after someone gets eliminated here, it will be a minute until someone else gets into the ring. Eddie Guerrero just got kicked out by his friend Chris Benoit. And we see X-Pac getting pushed into the ropes here by DDP. X-Pac must be tired from his match earlier tonight. DDP was able to flip him over the top rope. DDP making his first elimination of the night, eliminating X-Pac. Now once again, once a minute timer after Eddie Guerrero was knocked out is when we'll get our next entrant number 9. There are still many people from the factions still in the locker rooms waiting to come out. But right now we have 1 member of the Four Horsemen, 2 members of the flock, and a WCW member. And this is a even pair, so we have no one really resting in the ring right now. Everyone's fighting right off against someone else, trying to punish them, trying to get them over the top rope, trying to eliminate them, trying to take them out of the title picture. We got both people in the corner, and a big kick from Benoit to eliminate Raven. I believe that is Benoit's second elimination, as we hear the music of Hulk Hogan coming in at number 9. His tag team partner, Macho Man Randy Savage, got the unfortunate number 1 spot and was eliminated quite quickly. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, member of the N.W.O Hollywood, or N.W.O Black and White, along with several other members, including the tag team they put into the tournament tonight. As we see Saturn get eliminated by DDP. DDP eliminating the second person here tonight. We're coming up to the halfway point. The next person that comes into the ring is going to be number 10. We'll be halfway through the entrance and halfway towards crowning a new champion in WCW. And we hear that music once again as Scott Hall enters the ring. Perhaps he will try and help Hulk Hogan. Big suplex by Hulk Hogan on DDP. Chris Benoit trying to grab onto Hulk Hogan. Both WCW members fighting off against Hollywood Hulk Hogan right now. Scott Hall cheap-shotting DDP from behind with a furious set of blows, trying to push DDP over the top rope. DDP Diamond Dallas Page. I believe we might have had some technical difficulties there. Here we'll be coming in number 11. And we hear that music for the third time straight as Scott Steiner comes into the ring, and now the N.W.O will have a majority in the ring, and will be able to overpower their adversaries. You have to wonder if Scott Hall will align with the N.W.O Black and White, as he is more of a member of the N.W.O Wolfpack, along with Kevin Nash by their tag team name, The Outsiders. They were beaten by Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko earlier tonight, and it's interesting to see Scott Hall not trying to focus on Chris Benoit as much as you would anticipate by them getting knocked out of the title picture as such a veteran tag team that they are. This would be number 12. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret Hart coming down the ring in pink and black. Became a member of WCW after the horrendous screw job that happened to him at Survivor Series. As we see someone eliminate Scott Hall, I believe that was Diamond Dallas Page. I think that would be his third elimination of the night. Oh my. Hulk Hogan almost eliminating Bret Hart very quickly as he entered the ring. Five members in the ring right now. This is an amount of people where you might get a little bit of time to rest, but not much, as people are constantly changing who they're fighting against. I just realized that we had 6 people in the ring earlier, and that is why it's been so long since we've had another entrant into the ring. It will be the somewhat unlucky number 13 coming in next. It is Chris Jericho, a classic WCW star. Made it big in the WWF, much more so than he made it in the WCW. He was the first undisputed champion in WWF/WWE when the WCW and WWF merged. And DDP just got eliminated by Bret Hart. And Chris Jericho getting tossed out very quickly by, I believe, Benoit I believe, was the person who tossed him out of the ring. So that would be his third elimination of the night, tying him with DDP, who just got eliminated. So if he was able to knock out anyone else, he will have knocked out the most people in this Royal Rumble so far. And being over halfway through the Rumble, over half of your opportunities to eliminate people have already gone past you. So if you can eliminate anyone else, Chris Benoit might be getting a #1 contender shot quite quickly after the title has been chosen, if he does not win it himself. Chris Benoit on the ropes getting pushed, Bret Hart trying to push him over the top rope. And Bret Hart is able to eliminate Chris Benoit. Once again, 3 eliminations and he is out. Hulk Hogan eliminating his own faction member, eliminating Scott Steiner. And we see another N.W.O member, actually Scott Steiner's tag partner, Buff Bagwell, coming into the ring now. Buff Bagwell just sort of waiting it out, letting the two bigger men, Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan, fight it out, but taking a cheap shot on Bret Hart as the two N.W.O members surround the classic WCW star Bret Hart. We do not have any other members of the Hart Foundation in WCW. Bret Hart has tagged with other members of the WCW roster from time to time, including Goldberg, which they held the tag team titles together at one time. Here's I believe the third member of the Four Horsemen coming down to the ring, Lex Luger. Lex Luger taking his time to enter the ring, as Buff Bagwell gets a punishing from Hart. Lex Luger immediately going after Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell is not a seasoned veteran as these other men are that are in the ring right now. Hogan with a shot to the gut to Bret Hart. And another big boot by Hogan to eliminate another member from this Royal Rumble, eliminating the great Bret the Hitman Hart. We're going to be hitting the last couple entrants now. This is entrant number 16, Goldberg, heading to the ring. Goldberg won all of his matches in the WCW for the first entire year that he worked in WCW. You have to wonder if he'll be able to pull off something like that and pull off his first victory tonight in this Royal Rumble. It would be a very good start to a very good athlete in Goldberg. Goldberg, formerly a football player before entering the wrestling business, known for his giant spear and jackhammer. Now we're going to be hitting number 17 here in a moment. And I believe that is the final member of the Four Horsemen, Dean Malenko, coming in. I have to wonder if he will help out Lex Luger, perhaps fight Buff Bagwell and Hulk Hogan to eliminate them from the match. Hulk Hogan with a big counter from the corner was almost clotheslined into oblivion by Goldberg, but was able to counter that into a big slam. Another counter by Hogan, not letting himself be pinned to the corner like Lex Luger just was. Lex Luger with a big abdominal drop on Buff Bagwell, trying to focus on, once again, the rookie in comparison to the people in the ring. Dean Malenko, not as big as their name as some of the other stars in this ring right now, but is a master of 1,000 holds. Here we have Abdullah the Butcher coming in. Once again, someone not really affiliated with anyone in particular, but in WCW that means that they're affiliated with the WCW. So they might want to beat out the Flock, the Four Horsemen, the N.W.O, the stables that take over half the roster. And here we enter 6 men into the ring. If Buff Bagwell able to pull himself back in, no, all 6 of these men are going to have to stay in the ring that much longer until one of these men gets eliminated and number 19 can enter the ring. The last 2 men that enter the ring will likely have some sort of advantage, extended advantage even, over the extended amount of time these 6 men will have to spend in the ring. We have some great big names here and a few smaller names, some former champions, former tag team champions. Lex Luger almost drop-kicked over the top rope. Hogan trying to push him out, trying to get him out of the match. Abdullah Butcher, one of the bigger men in this Rumble, but 2 bigger men have not come in and entered the match yet. The Big Show, Paul Wright, also known as the Giant, has not entered the match yet. And Scott Hall's partner, Kevin Nash, who we saw earlier tonight, also has not entered the ring as of yet. It might take all 6 of these men to even get those 2 men over the top ropes. Goldberg just picking up Abdullah Butcher and just tossing him over the top rope. Abdullah was actually the freshest man in that ring, and he just got thrown out like he was a sack of potatoes. Malenko trying to push Buff Bagwell off this boat, and Buff Bagwell is now eliminated. We're down to 4 men in the ring right now. Along with the 2 that haven't come in yet, we have our final 6. We have the 2 four horsemen fighting in the corner there. As Lex Luger kicks out his own teammate, Dean Malenko, and it's down to 3 men in the ring. All 3 former champions. All 3 giant WCW stars. Hulk Hogan asking for a timeout and actually getting it by Goldberg and Lex Luger, as Hulk Hogan tries to push Goldberg off and over the ropes. Big punch from Goldberg stops that right quick. Perhaps looking for a suplex or a big toss. Tossing Hulk Hogan as we finally get a new entrant. It is in fact the Big Show, the Giant, Paul Wright, 450 pounds. A giant athlete who might take all 3 of these strong men to push over the top rope. You have to wonder who Paul Wright will be associated with in this match. If he will associate with Hulk Hogan of the N.W.O, or he will be it, or it will be for anyone, or it will be anyone's match. Paul Wright trying to push Lex Luger over in the corner. Big Show with just immense strength, pushing him over onto the apron, but Lex Luger able to pull himself back in while the Big Show had his face turned. Lex Luger has been busted open for some time now. His vision has started getting blurry, perhaps getting a little lightheaded. As we see number 20, lucky number 20, Kevin Nash, entering the ring. He might just be able to take this thing if he can knock out the other fresh man, the Giant, as well as these 3 other men who have had to endure at least another 5 minutes before he has been able to enter the ring here. Goldberg looking like he almost got eliminated there by Hulk Hogan, but able to pull himself from under the bottom rope. And we're down to our final 5, ladies and gentlemen. No more entrants are going to be coming into the ring. One of these 5 men are going to be the WCW champion, and what a fine champion they will be. All 5 of these men have been champions numerous times in the past, as well as champions in other businesses. The Giant or the Big Show's current wrestler nowadays, been a champion. Hulk Hogan, Giant wrestler yesteryear, the face of the company for many years. Kevin Nash, one of the longest reigning championships in WWF as Diesel. Goldberg, the Streak, the longest streak in wrestling. And Lex Luger, master of the torture rack. One of the finest technical wrestlers in the business today. All five men fighting against each other. The two fresher men, Big Show and Kevin Nash, have had feuds many times in the past and have been fighting each other constantly ever since Kevin Nash has entered the ring. Lex Luger is looking tired up against the ropes. Hogan trying to push him over, but not getting any. There's a big elbow from Lex Luger. Pushes him away. Hogan pushes him into the corner. And that big clothesline by Hogan eliminates Lex Luger as we get to our final four. A big clothesline by Goldberg to eliminate Hulk Hogan, and we have our final three. Kevin Nash, a winner of the World War III match from WCW. And Big Show, another winner of the World War III. I believe he was the first winner of World War III. The other winner of the World War III, Scott Hall, was eliminated early as he got a very early entry. There have only been 3 World War III matches. I wish there were more. It was a match where there were 3 rings and 60 men all entered the ring at the same time, and it was a Rumble-style match. The skills Big Show and Kevin Nash learned from the more intense World War III match perhaps helped them greatly, along with their late seed numbers, to get so far in this match. Goldberg, a great powerhouse in the business, has beaten everybody. Anybody you can name, Goldberg has likely beaten them, especially if they are a WCW star. Goldberg seems to be taunting, perhaps looking for some big move when the Giant and Kevin Nash stopped being tied up in the corner. Goldberg stalking his prey. Almost looked for a big move there, perhaps clotheslining them over the top rope. But Kevin Nash and Big Show are 2 very large men and are much taller than Big Show. Much taller than Goldberg. Goldberg can use this to his advantage, however, as a lot more of their body is, in fact, over the top rope. So if you can get them standing up straight, you can actually get them to fall over the top rope with not as much power by using leverage. Right now it seems that both Big Show and Kevin Nash are focusing on Goldberg. So he is actually the tired man. Kevin Nash holding his leg, perhaps hurt over the past couple minutes of this fight. A big strike by Big Show and Kevin Nash pushing against the ropes. Both men working together to push Goldberg over the top rope. And a big flip eliminating Goldberg. And it's down to the final 2 folks. They got the last 2 entries. They're both World War III champions. They've both been great champions in the past. Which one will be the champion tonight? It may just be Big Show, as Kevin Nash is showing signs of weakness, limping across the ring. Big Show kicking straight towards that leg, trying to injure him even further. Trying to knock him down, chop the trunk of the tree, as some have said in the past. However, the problem with this sort of match is that if you do chop down that big tree, you're going to have to be able to pick them up and put them over the top rope. I believe Big Show has that power to lift up Kevin Nash and put him over the top rope. But that's less of a tactic that Kevin Nash can use, being 200 pounds lighter than his adversary. A big headbutt by Big Show as we get to a one-on-one matchup, as both men try and weaken the man enough to push him over the top rope. Kevin Nash looks very fatigued. Looks very much injured. Big Show looking like the prime time of his life right now. Picking Kevin Nash up by his face. Both calling for a timeout for a quick moment. As Big Show looks for a big kick. But Kevin Nash counters. And counters once again for a leg sweep. Trying to injure the legs. And a low blow by Big Show. Big Show whipping Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash just barely able to pull himself to the bottom rope. It was very scary right there for Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash looked like he was just eliminated. And now after the injury from Kevin Nash, it looks like Big Show is looking injured as well. Kevin Nash trying to push the bigger man over the top rope. Big Show able to phenomenally pull himself onto the bottom rope. But now Kevin Nash able to get to him quickly enough and push him onto the ground. Kevin Nash is the winner. Kevin Nash is the WCW World Heavyweight Champion.